All right, ladies and gentlemen, traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. It's been a while, it's been a good full 2 weeks, and Relentless is finally back in the office. I have been on vacation. There was a day trading team house, California, which was really nice, lovely. This did last 1 week, but after coming back, I'm like, you know what? Marcelo's killing it. He's doing well. He's enjoying the stream. Why not, let him keep going for another week? And so he had a fabulous 2 weeks, held it down nicely. But Relentless is finally back in office. So, of course, as you guys are tuning in, hit that thumbs up. And by the way, I do not have twins. I know a lot of people thought I might have been a father and I might have had twins, but Marcelo kind of just said this for kicks, right? This is not actually true. Relentless Trader is not a dad, all right? But when that time does happen, you guys will for sure see the babies in the content, all right? Because I'll be teaching them from the day that they're born, they'll be in front of the screens. But anyhow, today I'm going to talk about ticker symbol SOAP. This is the stock that I traded. This is what I was able to do well on and essentially get myself a decent green day here in some slow market conditions. SOPA $1,100. We're gonna really focus in on this one, as I would say it's maybe the stock that offered the most opportunity. And it's crazy to say that because you can see primarily this was a sideways move. We did have some up and down trends in there, but we didn't really pull away and have a big separation. So as usual, every day starts off with the Momo Pro scanner, where stocks like IVVD is moving and called out, right? I do utilize for my watch list the discovery section here, which happens to be a gap scan. So every morning when I check in, this is the first thing that I look at to see what's up, what's not. And you can see SOPA up 63% as of right now, around 247. There's also stocks like IVVD that was on our radar. So that's how I found this stock, right? And by the way, just to be a little bit more detailed here, I'm filtering for 1% gain, 2 volume, and then 3 the float, aka relative. Well, the float, aka shares available for the public to trade. This has to do with supply and demand, meaning the smaller the float, the more the stock could potentially move, especially when compared to the volume that's being traded, right? And so SOPA, there's 2.7 million shares available for the public to buy and sell to each other, right? To exchange between traders, and there's 115 million shares of volume. This provides a lot of volatility and opportunities for the hyper scalping style. Unusual volume, or aka relative volume, depending on what you might know it as. Volume today versus prior day's volume, as you guys can see, up significantly, of course, when we're pushing these types of volume days, right? So if we're to look at stock SOPA here on the daily chart, very quickly, the bottom left, you'll see, all these prior days, our volume bar, by the way, and let's just, for those of you who are not too familiar with Thinkorswim, our volume bar is located here, or at least our volume indicator, right? So depending on which day I hover over, let's see, October 28th, for example, there's only 27,000 shares of volume. But on a day like Friday and then today in particular, 115 million shares of volume. How does that happen? Well, there's a headline, breaking news, right? So stocks like SOPA, and something that I do like about Momo Pro is that there's also a news tab here if you ever want to come and check it out. I personally don't really look at news too often. In fact, this is showing for 2 months, and so we can, in this case, we can check like Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance. Search up this ticker here. Let's just see what the headline is. Let's see, news. After hours, 5:30 p.m. We can enlarge this, by the way. So you can come here and like read up exactly what's going on. This says 3 days ago. Best momentum stock to buy January 1st. Sometimes some of these stocks do move up without any material news. It can be technicals, like technical setups. But anyhow, usually there's a headline that causes this type of volume most of the times. Not always, but most of the times. So SOPA, in terms of where I was able to make some money, I always like to map out my range, my high and my low point. And so pre-market highs were up there around 240, right? 240 for our pre-market highs. The very low of the pullback was all the way at 198. But if you guys pay attention here, this white line VWAP, we had a lows around 213. And you can see even into the open, we had a low of 213 here. And so if I'm to erase some of these other trend lines just to clean it up a little bit, we really had a nice double bottom here. For those people who are looking to be aggressive, this could have potentially been an area to be in early. And look at this serious green candle that it gave from 13 to 44. And this is essentially what the opening surge is. Ideally, though, we would want to break the pre-market high and keep going. But this is a good move up. And so if we do end up pulling back this red candle here, can we hold up, 50, 40, even 60% retracement? Okay, the red candle comes, we consolidate, and then the stock tries again, right? So big move up, consolidation. Can we hold up a 50% retracement perhaps, and then keep going? This is what we really want to see. But it ended up giving a bearish engulfing, right? So it ended up going all the way back down, which wasn't ideal for what we love to see, but that was fine. It was still pretty early. As we can see here, after making new lows, we had a little bit of an ABCD pattern, which is our W, right? W, so it came down, we had lows, it's curled up, there's a bit of a midpoint, comes back down, higher low, and then curls back up again. So again, that W is definitely in there, right? That was a little, okay, there we go. That looks a little bit better. And so as we break over this pivot over here, we can see we then started to flag, right? So here's what we wanted to see right here with a bull flag. Didn't happen, right back down. This time we get it right here. And looking at these lows and how we're holding this midpoint area presented some opportunities for some dip buys. And then as we broke the high right here, I jumped back in and this thing ripped all the way to about 260. So this is really how I made the bulk of my gains, is capturing this move here and going up. And so that paid me about, $1,000 right off the bat. So in terms of other opportunities that it gave, we had, so our flag up here, we wanted to ranks and repeat, right? And this is kind of how you get that effect of just like moving up, grinding up. So big push, consolidation, breakout. And we get consolidation, breakout. We didn't continue in this manner of sideways and then up again. Instead, this is where I knew we were maybe in trouble. We had the pre-market high right here. And so, I thought this was fine to retest the area, but once it just kept going, gotta cut the loss. So I was long right here, and I was selling. I tried to buy back a little bit, I believe, and then it just kept going down. So I'll have to cut the loss. Sadly, gave back some off the top. But you can see it had a bit of a bigger pullback. So there's a bear flag here. This is the exact opposite of our bull flag going up. We have the bear flag coming down. Right, it can also be a little triangular, right? We had our bear flag right here, and the concept is the same, but for short sellers, they wanted this to, go lower. Long traders, we can watch this range, and if we can position ourselves properly for the breakout or the dip, we can then ride the wave back up. But at that time, I switched away, and it looks like it curled up, came back down, and then later into the day, around 2 p.m. market time, then it tried again here. Nice flag right here, but you can see a lot of our moves didn't really hold up like this one. Even when we broke out, again, we wanted sideways and then back up, sideways, back up. But we didn't really get that here. Just one and done. And the drops were terrible. I mean, look at the size of the drops, right? If you're buying this low thinking, hey, this thing can hold up, and you don't cut the loss quickly, this thing takes you to the depths all the way down here, and it doesn't even balance. So you really got to keep it tight, cut those trades that are not working. So that's SOPA, and then from there, that was it. So hopefully we can see some stronger opportunities tomorrow, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. As usual, guys, remember our disclaimer, which is that day trading is risky. A lot of traders are having a hard time, so take it slow. Small size first, small cash accounts first. My results are not typical. Marcelo's results are not typical. The mentors here, our results are not typical. The team house members, by extension, a lot of our chat room. It takes time to get good. It takes time to improve. And so, it's a long road, and it's all about, the marathon, right? Not the Usain Bolt 100-meter dash. We'll get burned out trying to go too crazy, too quick. It's rare that you hear of a trader who just right away they got it. Does it happen? Yeah, but more times than not, it takes people some time to figure it out, all right? So remember to never try to just copy trade, but instead look to learn the strategy. And be careful of fake accounts and imposter accounts. Remember, I will never message you first, and I will never talk about crypto, forex, copy trading, mirror trading, any weird coins. Be careful of the fake accounts. All right. Other than that, check out the links down below for Merciless Markets, my day trading course. For anybody who's interested, I saw a comment of a guy saying, "Hey, $2,000 too expensive." Would you guys believe me if I tell you that I think this course should be like 10, 15, 20, 25 grand, right? If you think about how much money you pay to go to school to get a concentration, to get mastery of a subject matter. What we're selling this thing for is so cheap compared to other educational programs. And remember, we do have success stories. We do have students who are killing it. And in fact, I could even pull up the chat room and show you guys some of the calendars from last month. We had so many members who really destroyed the game coming in to start the year here in this month of January. So keep in mind, all these purple names here, all these pink names are students, right? These are our students. Odin, $44,000 on the month, right? Danny, chat room member, looks like he had a bit of a rough time, down 1K. Not too bad though, small size, right? Nick, 23,000 for Nick, another student. Bradley, chat room member, down to 70, small size, process over profits, looking to get it done. Bid, aka Alfredo, small size, process over profits, looking to get it done. Also one of our students here. Marcelo, as you guys know, was just on the channel, one of the other mentors. 120,000. And these were the 2 weeks you guys got to see here. A 10K day, a 12K day, a 9K day. I hope you guys really enjoyed him coming on the channel and showing off some of those big boy gains. We have another chat room member here. The blue names are general chat room members. Honestly, they're also students because a lot of people have study groups. Like students will create study groups with students and other chat room members, and people are helping each other out. They're studying together. They're sharing the videos together. At the end of the day, even the blue members are students too. They're also here because of myself and the other mentors. They're watching us every day. They're watching the recaps like this one, and so forth and so forth. MNQ looks like a really nice month here. Mostly green. Almost 6K. Freedom Trader, about 2K after 6K green and about 4K in losses. Net green on the month, which is good. You have myself, a bit of a slower month for me, but I'll definitely take it, right? 16,000 there. Twin looks like a nice month here. We didn't get the actual numbers, but looks like it was a pretty good month. Let's come up to some of the big dogs. Cursey, chat room member, 53,000. Let's keep going. Crispy Trades, team house member, legendary, 321,000. Last year I made 310,000. This guy made my whole year in 1 month to start. It shows you the levels that there are here in this game of trading. So that's why we got to keep pushing to be better. Crispy Trades, team house member. Gus, who had about a $90,000 month last month to end the year. I'm surprised here having some trouble. Red 8K to start the year, but part of the deal. Sometimes it'll be a little bit of a slower month for the style of trade. Tim, personal record month, $234,000. Absolutely smoked the game. Absolutely smoked the game. Shout out to Tim. Dan, 6,000, another student right here. Honestly, are all these guys students? Crispy, Marcelo, Tim, these guys are all students at the end of the day, right? Qubit, small red, process over profits. Looks like a bigger red day here on the 14th. I'd like to know what happened there because it looks very consistent and smooth. Was it a hotkey error? Did you maybe hold a losing trade too long? These are the questions that I have when I see a bigger red day like this. That's a little out of the normal. But other than this, though, there's fairly good consistency here. There's a $400 red day, but we had some bigger green days there around 400 as well this week. Maybe pushed a little bit more size, perhaps. Could also be that. And got caught on a rougher day. Lucas, another student, and also moderator here in the chat room, $64,000 on the month. Our community has already surpassed 99% of communities. Like what we're doing here. Beam, if you guys want to see Beam's story, by the way, right? Beam, 138,000. And what I like about Beam is that he did have some red days, but his green days were so solid that he was able to hold it down. Take a look at this, right? So I'm going to get back on the success stories. I kind of slacked off a little bit, but here's the episode with Beam right here. Day trading success story plus 400K. Now he's probably already 800K, maybe even more if I had to guess. Shout out to Beam. $138,000 in the month. And as I mentioned, he did have some bigger red days. And I know that he's thinking to himself that he could have tightened up a little more and maybe have a 300K month, right? Because he did have 14K red, 14K, 12K, 9K. But again, some of those green days making up for the slack. 65,000, absolutely monstrous. 20K, 27. Beam, man. And by the way, I'm going to, well, maybe I shouldn't say this yet, but I'll be seeing Beam here very soon at the end of the next month. But yeah, Glumford, another chat room member. This guy also lives in my general area. We've had video calls. He's pretty cool. Chat room member, also student, getting it done, right? We had some really insane P&Ls. The Florida Boys Dynasty, aka Dominic, 7,000. The Tex, 7,000. Chat room member. Momo Bro, 6,000. Come on, man. ZH, 700 to the small size and all green. Really nice to see. We had a lot of people did well. Did everybody do well? The answer is no. Big Steve, another student now, admin here in the chat, $53,000. His best month. His best month here. Shout out to Big Steve. Jumpman, 3,400. Another student. Come on, guys. This course could be 10,000, 100,000. It could be more relative to a college course. But Marcelo, myself, Tom, we all care. And it's why we don't do the people crazy and put the price to 10 million, right? Zay, shout out to Zay, who's turning the corner. Plato the trader. Shout out to all the students, man, who are getting it done. For the people who are still struggling, as we know, again, it's a marathon and not a sprint. Utilize everything that you see in the chat room as encouragement, as motivation. Let's keep grinding. Let's keep building. Let's keep working. For those of you who are looking to start your journey, utilize the coupon code Get in Tune. And there are people who are here. I mean, it might not seem real to everybody because so much of this is in the chat room and digital. But again, it's why we do the team house trips, where we make it tangible. We meet up with everybody and we actually hang out here and have a good time, right? This is the guys, a few of the students, right? Crispy Trades, Trading with Tim, Marco, Calamity Trading. These guys are all in the chat room, right? A lot of the chat room members here. This is Dominic that I just mentioned, right? The Florida man. And here we have right here, this is Beam, right? That we just went through the calendar that had the bigger red days but still had the 130K month. You know, Save on the other side. Did we get to Save's we got to make sure to get to Save's calendar. Oh, and it's right here. Save, another Team House member, $244,000 in the month. Guys, people's lives are changing drastically. It takes time to become successful, but and here's someone else who's still, Parjan, who's still in the process, right? I'm gonna reach out to him and we're gonna talk. In fact, he's messaged me here. So we're gonna reach out, I'm gonna talk to him, give him some tips, and we're gonna have a study session tonight here actually. All students who are full members, there's a study session tonight at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. market time, study session. I will be there, Triad will be there, and we're gonna talk everything. Anything that you need help with, we're gonna talk. We're gonna go over film, we're gonna study, we're gonna review, we're gonna answer any psychological questions, any barriers, any obstacles that's in your way. The goal is for us to push through that. And so this is why our community is so valuable. There is no other community that's out here at this level. Do we have people who are still trying to get it done? The answer is yes, but at the end of the day, trading is hard, but our goal is to keep pushing through, right? So you got all the guys setting up, Marcelo, come on, man. So we do this every so often to make it more tangible, right? And we're also planning a huge seminar this summer. So that should be nice, and that's going to be in the New York City area, right? So by the way, the merchandise, I'm thinking about doing it here soon. As you guys know, I've tried, but I didn't like the quality of the last company that I was using, and so I eased off. This is all a year ago already, but I think it might be time for the merch to start rolling out. So there's a new company that I see that I like. So I'm gonna test out some of their stuff, get some samples, and if it's good, we can make it happen here very soon. So again, hit that thumbs up. We talked a little bit about what we traded today. We talked about the community, why the community is valuable, the chat room, the classes, the course. We spoke about our synergy and how we meet up in person and make it more tangible. And so remember, tomorrow again, we're going to wake up early. We're going to come in. We're going to do our morning routine. We're going to have our rules laid out in front of us. We're going to be disciplined towards the strategy. And it's going to come down to executing to the best of our abilities. We'll have to be fast. We're going to have to think quick. We're going to have to put out those orders at the speed of light and look to get some good winning trades. But we live for this. We're traders. This is what we do. All right, hit that thumbs up, subscribe. It's been Relentless Trader. It feels good to be back. No, again, we do not have the twins, but what we do have is endless motivation to keep pushing forward, to keep being better. Seeing those monsters in the chat, man, I can feel it so close. It's so close to the next level, the next step. 150K months, 200K, $500,000 months. Let's keep pushing towards greatness. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Let's keep going. Catch you guys tomorrow morning at 8:50, 9 a.m. market time.